And I am back. So I'll start sharing my screen and all that. So I hope you all can see my screen also. You all can see, or you can all hear me also, right? Everybody clear? Okay, cool. So what I'll do is I'll go and create a new metric, that's better for everyone. So everybody understands that from the beginning. So I'll do that only. Perfect. So let's start. Create a new alarm. Now, when I'm going to create a new alarm, I need to select either for which Amazon service I want to do it. I'll select for the EC2. For the EC2, I'll select my instance ID. So that's my instance ID. This was the data for the instance. I'll say next. I need to give the name. Which is like say 70% for consecutive period of 2. What is a period? I was defining the period here where one period equal to 5 minutes, 1 minute, 15 minutes, whatever I want to specify, I can do that. So total 30 minutes when it's more than 70%, I want it to take an action. What action should I take? I can say either from the existing or I can say new list. In the new list, I create a new notification saying an email ID would be. So it should ideally send me a mail. It has dropped me a mail. If I just go to my email address quickly, I'll find a mail from Amazon. You can see the mail. I can approve the mail also. Hey, by the way, just don't raise the hands. You can always ask the questions. I can say confirm subscription. It should ideally work for me. If my Chrome is working properly then. Seems some issue with the Chrome. So what I'll do is I'll confirm that in my Mozilla. It's a confirm. So when I go to my CloudWatch, it would show here immediately that it's been confirmed. And I can go and see the view alarm. My CPU data, when CPU, I can do that. I can take some other action also. So let's create a new alarm where I say for the same instance, when CPU underscore less, so when it's a less than or equal to 5% for consecutive 1 period or 2 period, each period of 5 minutes, I wanted to take a new action. First action would be notify me, that's my email address. Also, I want to take a new EC2 action also. So I'll say EC2 action and say when status alarm, stop this instance. So it would not only drop me email, but in a few minutes it would stop the instance also. And it has already reached that level because since last 10 minutes it's already less than 5%. So if I go to my EC2 instance and I just refresh that, you can see it has started stopping the instance because of the alarm. Does it make sense now how it works? Clear everyone? The alarm, how would it take the action? Everybody clear? Everybody clear? Okay, great. So with this CloudWatch, you can set up the alarms for the various services. for the auto scaling, which we'll see tomorrow. But one very important aspect for the CloudWatch is setting the alarms for the billing part, which I'm sure everybody would be interested a lot. So what I'll do is, let's see the alarm for the billing today. You can go to the billings and cost management from this when you click here on the top. Now here you can go to the preferences first and select this option, receive billing alerts. Select this option first. Once this is done, you can click on manage billing alerts, which would bring you nothing but to CloudWatch alarm only. You can just say create alarm, say billing matrix. You can select on the USD for the estimated charges and say when it's greater than more. So you can configure when charge is more than $1, send a notification to me, send an email. Now here in the billing you can't take other action. Yeah, you can stop the instance if you want to, but other actions you can't take it here, the stop and all that. So whenever it's, you just create an alarm. That's it, when it's more than 1. Currently my usage is less than $1, so it would not send me. And you can create more alarms, like you can see I have alarm for the $5, I have alarms for the $10, I have alarm for the $2, and I have alarm for the $1. So I want to keep on getting notification that whenever it crosses $1, notify me, $2, notify me, $5, notify me. This way I would get some message. Yeah, this alarm is chargeable. It costs you 10 cents per alarm, but in the free usage you get a free 10 alarms. Right? So how can you monitor your billing? You can do it with this. And for everyone, you need to do without fail today when you go home or when you are currently you are home, do this without fail. Otherwise, it will cost you. So this would be very helpful. Use case, you should make a billing alarm at least for $1, $5, whatever amount you want to set up that. Clear everyone? You can delete the alarms also if you don't want. Any questions or doubt till now? Any questions or doubts? So CloudWatch can do the basic monitoring for EC2, EBS, load balancer, auto scaling. Now remember, it's a free for all these services. It's free except detailed monitoring of the EC2 and detailed monitoring of the auto scaling. Apart from that, it is free of cost for everyone. Okay, and only there also detailed monitoring. Apart from that, it's even 5 minutes is a free of the cost. EBS always gives 5 minutes, ELB gives 1 minute, but free of the cost. You get more metrics like for SQL queue, simple queue service, SNS, Elastic Cache, DynamoDB, and there are many more resources which offers the CloudWatch service. It's a free of the cost. Now what are these parameters? What are the metrics would be? I already showed you. In the EC2, you would have a matrix like CPU utilization, discrete bytes, discrete operation, discrete bytes, discrete operation, network in, network out, and these 3. We showed these 3 in the EC2. Sorry, not here. When I go to the EC2, I showed you the status checks. The status checks are important for you. Currently it will be 0. but it helps you, like for the system status check, would help you whether your instance is reachable or not. For the network part, this is more about the network level this instance is working or not, and instance status check where the file OS and all that part is working file or not. It's a free of the cost provided by Amazon, but very important because at the end it's a virtual machine which can go wrong, right? So Amazon provides these parameters to you to verify whether instance is working fine or not. Now at the EBS level also you would see the data like volume read operation, volume write operations, volume write bytes, volume read bytes. Now don't you have a question? I do have a question. I see volume read operation, volume write operation, volume write bytes. Why do I get discrete bytes, discrete operation, discrete here also? Why do I have this here? Generally data would be stored in the EBS, where at the EBS level I would be doing the file IO and all that volume read writes bytes. Why does it provide at this level also? Why is it used for me? Any guess? Why would it be used? Any idea? Anyone? Any idea? Oh, am I audible, right? Am I audible? Okay, so at least I am audible. Perfect answer from the Lohit. Remember I told you there were two kinds of AMIs, EBS back and instant store back. For EBS back, always EBS device is attached as a root data. So this 4 value always be 0 for that. But instant store back, there would be an ephemeral storage attached to here, for which you would need this discrete write data. So it's an instance level data also available here. So if I take you to my monitoring, you would see, though we did some discrete write, all data is always 0 for the instance level. Because at instance level, there is no ephemeral storage. At the same time, if I go to the matrix of the EBS, let me try to read my EBS volume number. It's a 0E83EE. You can see some data, right? Read operation, write operation, whatever you performed, you can see the data. This is how it would work for you. So Amazon provides the various kind of a matrix for you. Clear everybody now for this concept, how it would be doing? Now each matrix, now we are almost approaching end, so I would like you to stay 10 minutes more and I'm hoping to finish this today. So don't worry, just because of this huge backup time of the recap part today morning, and then for this, we are little stretched, but I hope I'll cover this today. At the matrix level, each matrix is identified by these 5 values: name, namespace, dimension, time step, and the unit of measure. What is this? Name would be, that is the name of the matrix. That is CPU utilization, network IO, whatever is, that is the name of that. But now CPU utilization can be for EC2 or it can be for the RDS also. So they need to be grouped. Even you want to send for your own machine also. So that way Amazon provides a concept called namespace, which groups based on the service, whether it's for the EC2, whether it's for the ELB, whether it's for the auto scaling. That is the concept of a namespace. Dimension. Now this metric is for particular instance ID, instance type, For image ID, what is that? We check the instance ID, remember? That is what the dimension is for. Each instance, each metric must have a timestamp attached to that. Without that, you cannot have the metric, right? For which time does this metric data represent? And it would have some units also, whether it's in bytes, percentage, IO, whatever it is there. So this is how the namespace would look like. It would be EBS, EC2, RDS, something like that would be the namespace. I'm just waiting the page for load for you. Okay, so I hope you can see now how the namespace would look like. I'm audible, right? So no audio, I just raises my ears and all eyes and everything. Am I audible, correct? Am I audible? Yeah, okay. So somebody just pointed me a no audible, so I was a little worried. So sorry. Yeah. So this is how the namespace would look like. That is what you group the matrix on. Whether this matrix is for the EC2, and we showed the same thing here, that when I go to the matrix, this is what the namespace would be. EBS, EC2. Here in the data you will see this is the namespace. Now you would have a dimension. Dimension means for this each metric it might have some more metadata, like whether it's for some particular instance ID, particular instance type, and you can group on that also. So that's the dimension. Then timestamp. Timestamp is one of the most critical part, because without that you cannot have a metric. And the most important point to note is CloudWatch stores data only for the last 2 weeks only. So here when I go back and I show you, you can see maximum you can get data up to 2 weeks only. At the bottom level, right, you can see you can get maximum 2 weeks. After 2 weeks, what would happen? That suppose you have created the data of 1st Feb. On 15th Feb, it would overwrite the data, or it would delete the data of 1st Feb. On 16th Feb, it would overwrite the data of the 2nd Feb. At any moment, you would have the last 14 days data available with you. Now you would say, but I want for longer person also. How would I do that? Remember, CloudWatch is just a repository of the data which just gives you view of the current your resources, and you can take actions. Now there is no point of taking action after 2 weeks, but in case for your log purpose, audit purpose, you want the data, CloudWatch already provides APIs. You keep on downloading that data and store somewhere. But CloudWatch will not store for you for more than 2 weeks. And all data in timestamp would be in UTC format. So when you see the data here, it shows the time as a 5:25. That's a UTC. Add 5.5 hours to that, it would be our time, India time. Then you can have a units also, like it would be giving seconds, bytes, what units is each metric represents, whether it's in a seconds, bytes, bits, percent count, what it is for that. Now each unit would have some kind of a statistics also. Here you can see, when I go to that, you can see statistics. Do I want the minimum data? It would show what was the minimum data for that period. I want the sum of the data. It would show me for that moment the sum of the data. So you can get the various statistics also here, maximum, minimum, average. This data it would show you. That's called the statistics. As I said, period can be 2 weeks in the past. That's possible. And as short as a 1 minute, it can be. If you have provided the data of the last, in 1 minute, you provided data, 60 data, every second data, CloudWatch will combine, take the average and show you. CloudWatch does provide the alarms. We did do the demo. You can notify to SNS, auto scaling, EC2 actions. CloudWatch is specific to region only. So each region would have its own CloudWatch alarm. And if I have the data in one region, it cannot be available in a separate region, because instance and everything would be this region specific. You can have your own custom metrics with the CloudWatch also, where in the custom metrics, it would be generating a Linux and Windows scripts for you, which would be giving you the data. So with the Linux machine, you can have your own scripts. It could be Python scripts. For the Windows machine, it can have the PowerShell scripts. You can write the scripts to generate the data and send it to the CloudWatch using that. So this is more like if you know the command called perfmon in your Windows. Perform would have a more performance related data of your machine, OS level and all that, hard disk and everything. You can get all this data and you can upload that data to CloudWatch of this machine using CloudWatch custom metrics. And now once you have the custom metrics available, you can run your own APIs, you can run that part, okay, when to raise the alarm and all that, you can do that. Right? The pricing part I already mentioned. 1 minute it's a detail monitoring for EC2 and auto scaling only would cost you. For custom metrics, it would be free of the cost. Custom metrics would charge you 50 cents per metric and alarm would charge you 10 cents per alarm. So this is all about the CloudWatch, and this is what the free tier would offer you. How much is available? Any questions? Are we all clear on the CloudWatch and S3? We did the CloudWatch S3 bucket creations. We create the S3 buckets. We give the bucket permissions. Sorry, we did not do the first part, but that's a manual you need to read. You will get this. We uploaded objects. We hosted a static website. We did the RRS. We moved the objects between the regions. This part you can do manually. You can encrypt the objects. I showed you. Command line tool, you need to do it manually. We did the metrics. We did the detail monitoring. We did the statistics. We create an alarm. We send an email based on the alarm. So we did all this part and you would get the manuals also for this, all these things. Any questions? Are we all clear? Did you enjoy? Come on, some feedback. Okay, so what's the difference between the SDK versus the REST service? In the SDK, when you download the SDK for Java, it would be some jar files and all that available, which you import and package and write a normal Java program over there. REST services are where you would be using any REST call, HTTP, it will provide you the HTTP endpoint or the SOAP base where you make a call over there. You don't need to write a program over there. If you have the REST tools also, like a Postman or something, you can make a direct call there. Clear, Kirti? Does it answer your question? Okay, so Muthu has a question, where can I see the manuals? The manuals are available in our learning management system. If you don't have the manuals available, you can always drop a mail to our support team and they would help you for that. So Louis has a question, is there any manual intervention needed in starting up and stopping the Amazon cloud service, like increasing RAM and the TB? A very good question, and I would like to park it till tomorrow. When tomorrow I show you the scaling and all that horizontal vertical scaling, I think it would be better to answer that part. So just hold on for a day. I would be able to help you for this tomorrow. So Kapil says, would you be covering the how to create and use REST service? No, sorry, we won't be doing any programming. I would be introducing with the concept of this now, because you would love Java, you would love the .NET or any programming language. It just import the package, and whatever I did the command in the console, same command you can run using these REST APIs. Okay. Santosh says, I need to use Profiler for Java application or any performance analysis tool. Sorry, Santosh, I'm not exactly clear with your question. Can you please elaborate what you are looking for? So, little sorry, where we had some glitches in between where we couldn't show, but hopefully we did not delay a lot, and that's a good to know. Yeah, so Santosh says, I want to have the Amazon performance analysis tools. Now, what do you want to perform analysis? Do you want to do the performance of EC2 instance? Do you want to do for the EBS volume? Do you want to do for the RDS? Which service you want to do for that? And then you need to select the tool accordingly. How would you do the performance analysis? That also you need to decide, because if you are hosted an application on EC2 instance and you want to do the application performance analysis, or you want to just do the EC2 instance analysis, then you need to select the tool accordingly and you can run that. Does it help, or you are asking something different? So Kirti has a question. For creating X3 object, unique ID is required. If I generating unique ID through SKD and SDK, I believe, and while my program is running, someone else creates same ID, how will the conflict resolve? See, Amazon, when you create a ID, if Amazon has already created that, you need to provide ID to Amazon saying, right, I need to create a bucket saying ABC12345. When you make a request to Amazon saying create a bucket name ABC12345, if the name is available, it will create and return back you success. If you are successful, then after that nobody would be able to create that. Here unique ID you are providing, not Amazon is providing you, right? So when you provide, and if that is available, Amazon would create immediately and send you the success. Does it answer your question? Okay. Any other thing? Anyone else? Okay, great. Then if no questions, we can drop off. And thanks again, everyone, for joining this. And I hope you all enjoyed. You had a great time. And I request again to join tomorrow's session. I hope you would all will enjoy. So let's meet tomorrow. Till then, bye-bye.